Hi there, Mike Brady with Generosity Wealth Management, a comprehensive, full-service financial services firm headquartered right here in Boulder, Colorado. Lots of stuff in the news. You got Russia invading the Ukraine, you've got inflation, you've got the unmanaged stock market indexes in correction territory. Just lots of things to be worried about if you let it worry you. There's always something in the news, whether it's a presidential election, a midterm, one country saber rattling towards another. There's always, I can sit here and go through every single year, and there are reasons to be pessimistic every single year. I'm, really proud that, I've talked with clients over the last, week or two and stuff like that, and everyone's calm and cool, okay, which is great. That's what we want, because I hope I have emphasized a similar message for years, which is today is the present, the future is the long term. Why do I have investments? It's because the long term I believe is going to be higher than the present to today. Don't know exactly how the strategy, exactly what month or year is going to be up and down. It's going to be volatile. However, I stick to that conviction. The reason why I bring that up is there's really two strategies. Okay, the first one is an active tactical strategy. You are trying to time the market. You're saying, okay, great, I'm going to try to avoid the downs. Maybe that's your whole focus. It's like, oh my God, I'm going to try to get these tea leaves together and decide what the market's going to do, and I'm going to try to avoid the downs. The problem with that is once you've done it, you also have to figure out when to get back in. And there's an awful lot of angst around both decisions. You might sell out, and then the market goes up the next day or week, and you're beating yourself up. Or maybe the market completely goes back, and you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't get back in. I was in cash the entire time. It, in my opinion, is not the right strategy. A lot of time, effort, cost, without a better return, a better result. The second strategy is the one that I have been talking about for years. It is a long-term vision, knowing your duration, okay, the time horizon, and also understanding and having the fortitude that there are going to be some downturns. Okay, that's just part of it. 2 steps forward, 1 step back. If you can't handle the 1 step back, then you're probably not going to see the 2 steps forward. It's really keeping your emotions in check and understanding that, hey, prior to this, I have the strategy. The strategy is the vast majority of the time, I'm going to be positive and I'm going to be in this long term, and there's all the reasons why I believe that, but I also stay cool and not try to, in the motions of the time, the short term, if you don't have a strategy and you really believe and understand it, then anyone who's talking on TV or anyone else in your neighbors or your brother-in-law are talking, then you listen to them because you're really rudderless without a reason for sticking to your guns. So the market historically has had double-digit declines within the year. That's the normal. As a matter of fact, the last 5 years have been remarkably non-volatile. Okay? And so we've become accustomed and think that that's, our recency bias is that that's the way things always are. No, actually, negative 10% declines within the year are actually normal. There's a chart that I've just put up on the screen which shows that, and I've kind of circled that, those numbers on the bottom. You're going to see a whole bunch. Why do I say that the duration is important? If you need the money in the next year or two, you really shouldn't have investments, in my opinion. Okay? You should keep it liquid, ready, because any volatility, you're not going to have time to recover from it. However, just in recent history, we're talking 2008, 2011, 2020, the market has gone down, but the worst has been, it has recovered within 2 or 3 or 5 years. It's not fun. I'm not trying to say it's good at all. However, the number of people that have, reacted emotionally, and then once the thing recovers, they're worse off. That's been my opinion and my experience. And that's why I don't want that for any of my clients. That's why I focus time and time again on what's our duration, our time horizon. There's going to be, weeks and months and maybe even years where it's going to be uncomfortable. But this next chart that I've put up on the screen illustrates what I'm talking about. 1 year, 5 year, 10 year, and 20 are all those bars. And one of them is the first bar in each one of those groupings is 100% stock, unmanaged stock market index, unmanaged bond index, and then a blend of the two. There's actually never been, going back to 1950, okay, 70 years, where a blended portfolio hasn't at least broken even over 5 years. Okay, so if you need the money in the next 5 years, hey, we got to talk. Maybe make sure that you've got the right volatility, okay, in order to do something like that. The future can always be different, okay? There's no guarantees. However, I guess I'm just looking at 70 years versus what the guy on TV says, okay? Sometimes those guys' strategy is to be cash, to sell. They never really talk about when to buy back in. All they do is say, sell, 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 and this is going to go down, and all kinds of, if it bleeds, it leads. A lot of them, their whole shtick is gold as an alternative to investments. What are they really selling? Think about that to yourself. Okay. So, I just kind of want to circle back to, you've got to know what your conviction is and be comfortable with it. I live in Colorado. I know that the vast majority of the days are sunny, and some of them are gray and cold. I just deal with that. After 3-4 days, I don't spend all my time saying, oh my God, I think it's going to be gray and cold forever and ever now. No, I say, oh great, I wish it was only 1 day, but it's been 3 days, and great, there's sun, on the 4th day. Wonderful, I get all excited about that. However, the reason why I live in Colorado is the vast majority, 300 days, are sunny and wonderful. I just kind of live with the others. I don't obsess over it. I don't obsess over when are the gray days going to come and how long are the gray days going to last. I know that and feel very strongly in my heart that there's going to be sunny days. So when it's gray, I appreciate the sun. When it's the sun, sometimes I take it for granted, but I know that right around the corner, at some point, there's going to be gray days. Investing, no different. Every day, every week, every month, every year is not going to be sunny. That's just the way it works. And so those that long term are happy, internally, and I think do the best, are those that understand this and are in check with their particular emotions. Mike Brady, Generosity Wealth Management, 303-747-6455. Give me a call, give me an email, whatever you want. I'm always here. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.